Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Give everybody a few minutes to come into the live. We're just getting started. I'll go ahead and put the link up if anybody wants to jump up with me. Coming to you live from good old San Diego, California this week. Out here doing some work. Hey, Russell. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Marty. Hope you're feeling better. Heard you are. Two Virginia folks right there. Let me rephrase that. DC in Virginia. Russell is in DC. Hey, buddy, how are you, Gary? Good to see you. And good old James. Good to see you, buddy. I seen you have a new video out there. I need to go watch it. By the way, one of my favorite things I like from watching Cranking and Yanking is when James does the video, he starts off his header by, "It's old James." So, hey, Josh Caney, how are you, buddy? How are things in Alabama? Russell Gardner, thanks for stopping in. Like I said, we'll give it just a couple minutes, let people start streaming in. We got about 10 folks in here. Take a few minutes. We got some movement on the leaderboard. Hey, Bass Hunter, Tennessee Bass Hunter, thanks for stopping in. And Lindia, thanks for stopping in. She says, we're driving back from home headwaters. Hope y'all caught some biggins, Lindia. I'm sure you caught some on Headwater. That's one of the best top 3 lakes in the United States for big bass, supposedly, is Headwaters area. And, of course, Donkey Land's great, too. So you guys got the prime water down there. Man, sorry to hear that, Jane. Been down with the flu? Oh, that's right. Joe was there. Man, how did we get Joe from Parabellum Fishing in Louisiana? I got to watch that episode. And Linda says, yep, we caught some big ones today. And Marty, I know that you're recovering. We hope to get you back out on the water here pretty soon. Marty had to have some adjustments on I think your neck or your spine, right, Marty? Hey, Rodney, thanks for stopping in. We'll give it a couple more minutes before we throw up the spreadsheet for the first time. You guys are from between me and supper because it's 5:30 California time. Neck. Marty, you had operation on his neck. That's right. Hope all is going well. It sounds like it is. So I took Marty out. He and I went fishing the weekend before you had to have that surgery. And it was Marty's like, this is the last time you could go fishing for a while. So we didn't do all that great. I think I caught a 5-pounder, maybe a 3-pounder too, but wasn't a great day. But we went out there and gave it a ride anyway. So let's see who else we got coming in here. By the way, the weather in Virginia, my goodness, I thought it was going to be on fire this first week of April, this last week of March. It is cold. The water temperature dropped. When I was on the water on Monday, it was down to 46. We're up to 57, and it's back down to 46. And what I understand, it is cold and rainy in Virginia, so it's not great fishing. Hey, Hank Snow, thanks for stopping in from Florida, down in Florida. Yeah, Marty, the weather is sucking in Virginia, and I need that water to warm up. I'm ready to get out there and get them big ones. Hey, Mike, Dad Life Adventures. I know you're waiting. Mike is going to be in the North Tournament. He's in Indiana. Can't wait till that tournament gets kicked off. That starts on the 15th of May, folks. If you know people that's in the northern region of our map, and I don't have it handy to show you, but that tournament starts the 15th of May and runs to the 15th of June. 49 degrees and raining in Virginia. That just stinks. All right. I know not everybody is online. I'll throw this up 3 or 4 more times, but let's go ahead and throw up the new spreadsheet. It's not the new spreadsheet. It's the current rankings. Let me go ahead and present that. And boom, there it be. Here we are, and we've had some movement. Marvin Lund is first. Patrick Williams from Paul Mann's Fishing in North Carolina sent me a whopper today. And Josh Caney has moved up into third place, bumping Nicole Abrams down to fourth. And then John Hedrick is sitting in fifth. And then we got the two bass hunters, the one from Virginia, one from Tennessee, and 6th, 7th. The rest of this placing hasn't changed too much. I'll go down to the top 20. So Robert Moss is rounding out the top 20. And that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to hold off till next week till we start showing the lengths, everyone's length, just to keep everybody motivated a little bit. I'll just tell you, it's tight. It's always tight. And this tournament is still up for grabs. It is still up for grabs. I mean, it's tight. And as I expected, it is every year, and it'll come down to that last week probably. Marty, you said the water temperature is 49 at Mooney. How do you know that? You ain't been out fishing. Who you got spying at Mooney? That's my lake. Just kidding. So, anyways, we didn't have a lot of fish turned in this last week, and I didn't expect it. Usually, I'm Tyler. I know if you're on there. I just got an email from Tyler Hayes. So, am I froze still? Gary just told me I froze. I'm on hotel internet, so maybe I did. The Omnia Fishing app. Okay. It works. If you guys, while we're waiting, I will talk about that a little bit. If you're interested in the Omnia app, fishing app, the Pro app, there's a discount code that I sent everybody that's in the tournament. You had a discount code at the bottom to get that app, and it's awesome. Thanks, Russell. I mean, it gives you the water temperature on the lake, gives you all the navionics. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home to look at the water temperature, bottom hardness, depths, everything. Everything is on that Omni app. It's pretty daggum good. It's worth the I think it's full price is $49, but you get 25% off by using the code that I sent everybody out in their app. So it's worth it. Plus here's another thing. You get 15% off all your purchases with the code SFO24, but also if you are an Omnia Pro member, you get 10% back towards your purchase. So if you spend $100, they give you $10 credit that you can put on your next order. So you really get 25% off if you become an Omnia Pro member and use the discount code, which is going across the bottom there, SFO24. So it's not a bad deal, especially if you buy tackle quite a bit, like me and Gary and Marty. It's a pretty good deal. I'm just talking about the weather in Virginia stinking. I know that the weather's not doing. It's been a lot of rain down in the southeast, but I don't think it's affected the fishing that much that I can think of. So, but we still didn't get a lot of fish turned in. I'm just looking to see if I missed any comments here. Had quite a few people drop off, maybe because when I just froze, but I'm hoping to see. If anybody's interested in jumping up here with me, I'll throw the link up. You want to just click on that. You can jump up into in here with me. Russell, you said the river's running high. I know Russell fishes the river quite a bit. That's good when the river's up, especially in the spring. When the river's up in the spring, you've got a good chance of catching fish. Lindy is saying the fish are active. That's the big thing. I mean, like I said, it got cold in Virginia. I fished 8 hours on Monday on Mooney, and I got zero bass bites. I caught 2 crappie. And I mean, I was scoping, I was doing everything I could, and the bass were just not biting. And it happens, right? That does happen from time to time. And bass hunters saying East Tennessee, all the rivers are high, couldn't get out. Yeah, so it's here in Virginia we had a bad drought last year. We needed the lakes to fill up, and I'm not complaining. The lakes have filled up, but the cold is what's killing me right now. I can deal with muddy water. I can deal with moving water, but that cold water, them bass, they want to move. And when you get those, when the water warms up and then it cools down 10 degrees, they just don't want to bite. It's just crazy. Gary saying, welcome to my world. I'm always telling Gary, I caught 25, I caught 30, and Gary's always going, well, here in Florida, it's tough. We don't have that. And you may be right. We might have better fish population. Oh, someone's coming in. But you're still going to catch fish. 40s in Indiana. Let me add somebody here to the. Hey, Marty.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Wonderful.
How the neck is looking okay?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good.
All right.
Good pain meds and muscle relaxers, so I'm good to go.
Well, let's go fishing.
I know. I go Monday to the doctor. Hopefully the doctor will say, yes, you can go fishing, but only with Shane Flint. Okay. Well, we'll see. Hey, Spaceman, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I see you're busy. I'm on your side of the world. I'm on the West Coast right now, so that's why it's so daylight still out here. So thanks for stopping in, Spaceman. Marty, have you talked to anybody that's been out this week? No, not this week. It's just been nasty. I mean, the fronts are moving in one after another. So I don't know. We had what it was day before yesterday. It was 30 degrees when I woke up. Yeah. So, we're still having temperatures at night that'll drop down into the 30s, and then we get the rain. So, yeah, I just looked at the Omnia app and it said 49 degrees.
That's not right.
So, yeah.
When we went out, it was getting close. It was 57, 56.
Yeah.
A week prior.
Yeah. But now it's dropped again. So,
yeah.
I don't know what that's doing to the fishing. That's for sure.
I tell you what, dude, it sucks. I don't rarely go out and not at least to catch a small one.
Right. Brian went out. I don't know if you saw the picture. He went out. He caught crappie. So
that's all I was biting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Yeah. It's the time of year. It happens, right? It's just got to drudge through it. In 2 weeks, it could be on fire.
Right.
And I'm ready. I've already I'll be putting out a new episode next week. And it's really just going to be focused on April fishing in Virginia. There's 3 things that I want. If I had 3 baits that I'm going to have in a boat tied on, and it'll shock you, one of them is not a spinnerbait.
Yeah.
Promise you, it's not a spinnerbait. But 3 baits that I'm going to share, I think it's just awesome in April when the bass are, when that water temperature gets between 58 and 64. And one of them, Marty, you actually fished with me and caught a lot of fish on green pumpkin worm, right? And I'll just share that a little bit out there. But that I'll be throwing that out there later this week. So I'm going to throw up the spreadsheet one more time. Looks like quite a few people. We went up and down with people dialed in. So I'm just going to throw it up one more time for anybody that just came in. And let's share it. Hold on here, Marty. Let me just share that real quick. And there we go. So there we are, folks who weren't on here earlier when I shared it. Marvin London still in first place. Patrick from Paul Man's Fishing is jumped into second. Josh Caney is set in third. And Nicole dropped down to fourth. John is in fifth. And, I did say we had a lot of people from Florida I think Jason Church is in Florida too. I just didn't have that in there. But I'm waiting for my Florida folks to throw up some big ones. Right now it's Georgia, North Carolina, and Alabama. That is in the lead. So it's lots of time left. Lots of time left. So
yeah,
sure.
I read a fishing report on Chickamauga today, and they're tearing it up down there. Down there in Tennessee, Alabama, Chickamauga.
Yeah. I no, it's Gunnersville. Last week Nicole was killing it. Nicole Abrams, the one that she's fishing, her and her husband won the team tournament on Gunnersville last week.
Wow.
Yeah, they tore it up down there. So yeah, it all, it changes from time to time. But Marty, I will tell you something, and this is more local for folks. 12-pounder got caught out of Mooney. Not out of Mooney, out of Hunting Run last week.
Really? Yeah. So how does that make you feel about the res now?
I don't know. I was on that podcast the other night, or in that live cast, and I told Thomas, I'm going to put 40 together.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it with 6 fish like they do on the res. I'll do 40 with 5 fish on Hunting Run. I can do it.
Yeah.
When they're biting. So, I mean, I've done 30. I've done actually over 30.
Yeah.
And done that.
Well, that one day you probably did 35.
Yeah, probably.
That one day that I was out there with you.
Oh, I had a good day that day too. I didn't think about adding it up though.
Yeah.
But I caught 9 and an 8 and whatever.
Yeah.
That when you get big ones like that, it adds up. So
yeah.
All right. Well, not a lot of folks still dialed in. I may just call this a little bit early. I'll give it a couple more minutes, Marty. Thanks for jumping up here.
Yeah.
Are you working still, or are you just?
Oh yeah. Yep. Get up in the morning, come right down here, sitting in front of my computers right now. I work right here. I got my passion behind me.
Man, that is a tackle wall from hell.
Yeah, I got a little bit there.
Yeah, you do.
It keeps going,
I mean, you almost look like a tackle outlet store.
Yeah. And then, of course, if I tip it up a little bit, I got all of that up there, too.
Wow.
And that doesn't include the stuff in the bags, Yeah. The bags that I had with me last time.
Oh, yeah. You brought it quite a bit with you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've said it, and you've heard Brian, the bass hunter, Virginia bass hunter, say the only reason he works still is because he likes his fishing tackle.
Yeah. So. And Shane, I got a box of stuff for you here for giveaway. So the next time we meet up, I'll make sure I give it to you.
All right, appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was just on. Just to let you know, I was on Monster Bass Live, and they had Justin Hemmer.
Really?
Yes. I'll tell you, that kid was fantastic.
Yeah, great.
What a just a down home, wholesome guy.
Yeah. Salt of the earth. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he went from pouring concrete and mowing lawns at University of Alabama and walked away from that, walked away from insurance and 401k and all of that and said, I'm doing it.
And he did.
The first year, he didn't qualify in the elites. He missed it on the James River, no less.
Yeah.
He just missed the cut. But he went back and he did it again. And just for him to tell his story, it's just that, down from nothing to winning the big one.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
It's a great story. And I was listening to his interview after. I mean, and folks, if you don't know who we're talking about the guy who just won the Bassmaster Classic. They're in Grand Lake of the Cherokees in Oklahoma, which I fished before. It's a hard lake too. It's a hard lake. The story is unbelievable, right? He mowing lawns and pouring concrete to win the Bassmaster Classic.
I mean, he won it 3 days ago. He's on the show tonight, and he was still tearing up about it.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, that's how down to earth he is. It's like that's his dream.
Yeah.
And he was, he got teary-eyed talking about having to leave his little girl at home to go fish these tournaments and how hard a grind it is. And I'll tell you what, anyone that wants to get into that realm of being a pro, listen to this kid, because it will tell you the hardships. I mean, the one time he had to borrow money from a buddy of his because he didn't have enough money to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love bass. I like the bass tournaments. And I even considered at one point jumping into that world. But after I retired from the military, I was thinking about, I didn't know what I really want to do when I retired from the military. And I thought about, actually, I don't talk about this much, but I was a scratch golfer too. And I just dropped golf and picked up fishing. It's not picked up. I just made that my number one thing.
Transition.
But when you think about it, it's hard. It's hard. And you know what the average, me and Gary talk about this all the time. The average tournament bass fisherman's salary per year, $68,000. That's okay. That's not bad money, but you can do, and I get it. You're doing what you love, right? Which is fishing, but that's not a great living in America now.
One of the things he said that he's doing is he's sitting there and he's doing the interview, and they're like, okay, so we got to ask, what are you going to do with the money? He said, I'm getting the hell out of this double wide.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that is awesome. The prize is only $300,000.
Right.
But, he's going to get all the endorsement deals.
All the endorsements, all the sponsors, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll help him. It'll help him propel his career if he wants to do that.
Right. And he does. He said that's what he wants to do. He said, but now it becomes this new type of pressure. Not only do you need to try and stay on top, but you need to keep all your sponsors happy and all of this. He said, because, you get up to this point and everything is great if you can stay there.
Yeah.
So
Gary said $200,000 after taxes. Yeah, it is, Gary. I mean, you're going to have to pay the man.
Did he win big fish in the tournament too?
I don't think so. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Yeah. But I mean, still, it's great that he won it, but it's still a grind, man. It is. Yeah. It is a grind, and you've got to have passion to get out there and do that. So, like I said, I don't mind fishing little local tournaments for fun, but I just can't my right mind go, I'm going to struggle, right? Because you can't win them all, right? I mean, your goal is just to place in the top 50, right? Initially, and then try to stay in the top 10. Like Ben Milliken, I kind of follow him a lot, but he's staying in the top 10. And then Matt Adams, the guy that for MMA Fishing, I'm on their pro staff now. He has fished two of the three tournaments. He's made the top 10. And and he's a rookie this year. Yeah.
Well, Milliken was in a classic and he didn't do good at all.
Oh no. I'm telling you, Marty, I grew up in Oklahoma. I know all those lakes pretty well. Grand Lake of the Cherokees. I was telling Gary after the first day, it is a hard ass lake to fish. It is known for spinnerbait, chatterbait type. It's a run and gun type of lake. It's not really set up for a lot of live scoping deep like they did in some of the other tournaments.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lindia, thanks for stopping in. Hope you got hope to see some emails from you guys. So, but yeah, it's a hard lake, and it's a good lake to do the classic on. It is, because you got to have a full. You need to live scope. They still used it, right? Everybody complains about live scope, but you got to have other techniques.
Yeah, because it's so shallow.
Yeah.
that live scope didn't work in a lot of places. They had to go back to basic fishing. I forget, it was Hank Cherry was fishing those docks behind the cables and stuff. Live scope's not working there.
Nope.
You know, that's old school fishing right there.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really good to watch because you got to see a little bit of everything.
Right.
Got to see some guys using live scope quite a bit out on open flats and things like that. But a lot of the guys just had to resort back to, I'm going to read the water. Fishing. I'm going to look at the wind. I'm going to, you know, try and see what these fish are doing. And that's what, you know, Justin did.
Yeah. Good old power.
He adjusted a lot during that tournament.
Yeah. So I had some more people jump in here. I'm going to throw up the spreadsheet one more last time, Marty, before we go. Again, thanks for jumping up. Let me present this. All right, folks, there we are. There's the top 14. Russell from RWA Fishing is there at 14. The top 20. Robert Moss is rounding out the top 20. And Marvin's still in first. Josh Caney and Patrick Williams moved up this week. So
how many entries do you have so far, Shane?
How many people entered the tournament?
No. How many people have submitted?
Only about 30 or 40.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot. We have 466 people registered for the tournament. But, you know, I won't see a lot more fish until next week and the following week. Everybody kind of rushes it in and kind of watch the stats and stuff. So that's why I kind of held off. I just put where you're at place-wise, right? I'm not throwing the numbers up there because I don't want anybody to go, I can't catch one that big. Or
yeah, I think that works. That works well.
Yeah. All right, Marty, we're going to jump out of here at supper time for me here in California. Thanks for popping in. And
all right, thank you.
We will do a Wednesday night live. Bye, Marty. We will do a Wednesday night live next week as well. And folks, thanks for stopping in. Didn't have a lot of folks in here. I think the height was about 17. Send me your fish when you get them. You don't have to send them. You can wait till the end if you want, or you can send them anytime. So get out there and catch some big ones, folks. Tight lines to everybody.